I've always known that I was supposed to do something with my life to serve others, and I ended up going to Thailand, and in Thailand I saw the need, and I worked in orphanages with the children there. And then when I came home, I kind of was on a quest to figure out what I wanted to do with my life to help children. So I knew that I wanted to help them achieve their full potential. I went to find out what the needs would be in our own community, right here in Colorado. So I went to visit principals at different schools, spoke with special advocates to learn about the needs of the children that they serve, as well as met other organization leaders and figured out what they were up against in regards to serving children. And when I went on a tour of a school with the principal, she was talking about the needs they had right in their own community and right in her own school, in the classrooms. We went around and we were walking, and she ran into this little boy, and it was a blizzard that day, and he was in shorts and a flip-flop shoes, and she asked him, why don't you have a coat? And, where are your boots? And he looked up at her, and he was just the sweetest little thing. This was an elementary school, and said, "Ma'am, I don't have a coat." And it broke my heart. And so I knew then what I was supposed to do. The fact that there are children right here in our own neighborhoods that don't have a coat is unacceptable. And so it became very easy for me to know what my mission was to do. It wasn't anything huge. I just was going to figure out how could I provide the most basic essentials to children right here in my own community. And so I decided this is what I was going to do, and I formed a Precious Child, and then the community just rallied behind me, which was such a surprise.
My name's Chris Phillips, and I have been volunteering since practically the beginning, with a stint in between where I was actually an employee. Now I'm retired and volunteering again. So it's been 10 years. When I was trying to get back on my feet from complications from cancer treatment and had such a big support system from family and friends, and I wanted to give back. So I wanted to find a way to volunteer. Kids are my passion. A friend of mine, Carol, and I kept seeing the name A Precious Child show up. So we went and checked it out, and it was in the basement of a chiropractic office. So I started volunteering and found out how incredibly amazing her vision was, but realized what the impact is in the community. I had no idea how much need there was. So I knew that's where I needed to be.
I've been lucky enough to be with A Precious Child for almost 8 years now, and when I first started, we saw one client a week. And to think now to where we see on average 30 to 45 families a day, and that's, on average over 100 family members and children that we're being able to serve through our resources. It's such a cool thing to experience that growth in such a short amount of time, and the potential for growth from here, because the need is huge. We have over 166,000 children living in poverty in Colorado, and the fact that we're able to serve over 44,000 children just this past year, we're almost there, but we have a long way to go, and we need support to help us get there. A lot of our programming has stemmed from filling a gap in the community. So we listen to our agency partners and to our families and listen to what areas they are struggling with and what resources and opportunities they truly need. So in addition to clothing and other essentials, a huge need we heard from our families was the need for diapers and other basic essentials for babies. So we provide diapers, wipes, baby food, and other materials so that these new parents have the opportunity to provide for their children and feel empowered by doing so.
So when I first moved out here with my family to Colorado, it was support my partner in going to school to get a graduate degree in psychology. He just got an entry-level job being a behavioral therapist at the Center for Autism. And so we were really excited about that, and I ended up pregnant. Unfortunately, this pregnant ended up being extremely high risk. I had severe HG, so I was in the hospital about every 2 weeks getting IV fluids. I was not able to work. It was pretty much a very touch and go health-wise. Later on, at my 8th month, I was able to get some sort of work, but within those first 8 months where I didn't know what to do, could not work, didn't have any resources, I was able to plug into my community, and that's how I got connected with Precious Child. At first, you can make you feel small. You're supposed to be a parent. You have it together. You're supporting your children. But times that you just can't make meet and there's lack, you feel like you have no power. Being hooked up with organizations like Precious Child empowered me. I was able to shop through the boutique with dignity. Here are resources for you, and not just for your child, for yourself, for your home. When I walk into Precious Child, I feel grateful. I feel thankful that there are resources for people who do need it. And I also feel excited that when I come, I'm able to also give what I've gotten back and kind of pay it forward. I feel like we're partners in this, not just me being a client. When I walk out of Precious Child with my bags full, I feel like I've got this. So it's not that I have in the back of my mind, what am I gonna worry about? Oh, season's coming up, I need clothes, or what am I gonna do? We're not having enough diapers. I have that sense of mind, that peace that, hey, I was able to get all the things I need for my son. Now let me focus on what can I do to be upwardly mobile. Excuse the tears, but I just, it's beautiful that from a dream from one person to see need, and to have a heart that big to pour everything of them to create what Precious Child has become now, I can't help but cry. I want to tell her thank you for making a change for my life and for everybody else.
The stories we hear from the families and from the children that we're able to impact their lives with is just, it's awe-inspiring. It makes you excited about getting up every single day and making a difference in one more child's life.
My name's Raina Wright. I've been coming to a Precious Child for about 2 years. I come here because I have 3 kids, and one of them I was not expecting to have in my life, and so I definitely need the help. I got a call from who I thought was my brother's mom, asking if I could babysit him for the night, and I went to go pick him up, and she basically said, I need you to take him, I can't take care of him. And so babysitting one night turned into having a child full-time until he's 18. And I already had a son who was 6 months at the time, and I didn't have any money saved up to take care of another child. And so Precious Child was introduced by the social workers, and ever since it's been extremely helpful. I went back to Jaden's house to get him clothes because he came with nothing besides the clothes he was wearing. And as soon as I walked into that house, it wasn't a home. It wasn't anything that I wanted him to be living in. And he had no bed. There was nowhere for him to shower. He didn't have any food. There was nothing in the fridge. And in his mom's bedroom, there was 2 other guys. And they were both doing drugs, like it was just a normal thing. And that's when I lost it. I said, I don't want any clothes for him. I'll get it on my own. And so we left him, we didn't go back. And since then, I knew that I had to be the mom that Jaden didn't have. I had to be better. Because kids don't deserve that. They're innocent. He didn't know his ABCs. He didn't know how to count. And I just needed to step up. I need to step up. Yeah, Jaden was definitely aware of everything that was going on. He was aware that he couldn't be with his mom, that he wanted to be with his mom. He was aware that he was with somebody new. And I met Jaden when he was a baby, but that was only a couple times, and he didn't know who I was. I knew who he was. And it broke him down that he couldn't be with his mom because that's all he knew is his mom. And At first, he didn't open up with us at all. He didn't talk to me. He wasn't very comfortable. But then the longer that we were together, the more he started to mesh with my husband. And him and my husband just have a bond that's like no other. And Jaden really needed that because he didn't have that father figure in his life to comfort him. Jaden now, he is extremely happy that he's with us. A Precious Child has helped my family out with the sports section because my 8-year-old, he plays football, and they have supplied some of the things that we couldn't provide for him if we had to pay for it ourselves somewhere else, because football is really expensive, not only for the uniform and the practice stuff and the registration and everything. They definitely helped out with that aspect because football is a therapeutic thing for Jaden, and it's not just a fun thing for him.
So I coach for the Denver Junior Broncos. We won our championship game last year. We went 6-1, and it was great. The kids are wonderful. I love being out there. My oldest son is on that team. He was my quarterback for the season, and he had an outstanding year. He rushed for 9 touchdowns. He threw for 2. He's an outstanding athlete when he believes in himself, and it was wonderful watching him grow as a player. We won the championship, so he got himself a trophy, but he was also named Offensive Player of the Year, and he was named CCMFL Player of the Year. So the CCMFL is the Cold Creek Midget Football League. That's the league we play in, and he was the best player in the league out of all the kids, and on our team, he was the best offensive player. It's made me very proud, especially because his first year, it was very tough for him. First year being out there trying to grasp the game, and watching him this year, seeing the confidence and everything just change about him. He took charge in a lot of games, and it's just good to see that he's finally stepping up, especially from the life that he's had.
My favorite sport is football. My dad always tells me to run full all the time, and it's not always about making touchdowns, it's about having fun. I was proud of myself and my dad because my dad helped me to get there successfully, and thanks to my dad, we all made it. I got this hood from here, and I really like it. I've always wanted one of these. I really like wearing my new clothes to school because I like that I get to get new clothes and other people get to see.
I see success in every child we serve, so I made a conscious effort to name it A Precious Child, because every single child matters. And so every single day that we're helping these children, I feel like we're successful. Does that mean that I don't think there's hundreds of thousands more children that need our help? Absolutely not. But each day, I'm thankful for the children that we're able to help.
I'm a precious child. I'm a precious child. I'm a precious child.